Welcome back to your breathwork practices. I'm Jessica Otter and I'll guide you today in what is intentionally one of the last practices that we're going to learn about and do. And this is heart rate variability breathwork, HRV for short. Perhaps you've heard about this. It's gaining a lot of traction in the athlete world, and also a lot of scientists and doctors are using heart rate variability statistics to measure health and also be a pre-indicator for injury and illness. So what is heart rate variability? You might think that when we breathe in and out, inhale and exhale, that corresponds to our heart rate being on sort of this like equal metronome. And actually that's not the case. Our heart rate is super variable based on our inhales and our exhales. The rate of the space in between beats changes between inhales and exhales. So the goal in heart rate variability is to create some coherence with the breath, which actually starts to create some resonance with the heart rate and also corresponds to your blood pressure. So this is a great technique to lower blood pressure. High indicators of like a high heart rate variability. High heart rate variability is associated with high athletic performance, decreased inflammation, decreased hypertension, greater cardiovascular capacity, greater respiratory capacity. It also is related to a sense of well-being and lowers depression. Low, and conversely, low heart rate variability rates relate to fatigue, chronic fatigue, injury, illness. That's also been related to incidence of cancer and other illnesses. So everybody's a little bit different in terms of what their perfect range in the inhales and the exhales, but the goal is to create some consistency with the inhale and the exhale. Like I said, everybody's different, but it averages around 5 to 6 seconds. So in order to practice this, you would inhale for about 5 to 6 seconds and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. Now, it sounds super simple, but simple doesn't always mean easy. To maintain that breath work for a period of 10 minutes, which is what's recommended, 10 minutes a day, can be quite challenging to just be counting your breath for 10 whole minutes. So I suggest start with 1 minute. Do that consistently for 3-4 days or a week, then bump it up to 3 or 5 minutes. And when you find consistency and you get into your groove, you're going to notice how good this makes you feel. Another tool is this tends to also make you feel very relaxed and sleepy. And so if you have trouble, like I do many times, falling asleep at night, our monkey mind is still reeling, practicing this before you go to bed can be extremely helpful for not only getting to sleep, but staying asleep longer. So, like I said, very simple technique. We're gonna breathe in for about 6 seconds and then we'll exhale for about 6 seconds. So I'll walk you through a few cycles. We'll do it together and then we'll see how long you can go on your own. I always like to start through grounding. So we'll take a couple breaths just to arrive in our body, prepare our body and our mind for what we're about to do. So if you can, close your eyes, sit up tall, but relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your brow. And really try to take a few breaths to sink into your mat or your cushion or your chair or your bed, wherever you are. And on the inhales, I invite you to imagine the whole earth coming up, swelling up to meet you where you are. And on your exhales, I invite you to allow gravity to take hold, sinking you down into the earth and feeling the support and the foundation beneath you. So take a couple of full cycles of breath, inhaling and exhaling, not worrying about any count, just having it feel natural. And then we'll begin with empty lungs and we'll take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cycle it down. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll count you through one more. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue on your own, inhaling and exhaling at the same cadence. If the count of 6 is not comfortable and you prefer to drop it down to a 5 or a 4, it's completely fine. If you prefer to ramp it up to a 7 or an 8 count, that's also completely okay. Just take some time to be in this moment, in this space, and this time, keeping the count. And if you wander or lose your count, just start from the beginning. So while a minute or two of this might seem really challenging in the beginning, consistency rather than perfection is key here. So I just encourage you to continue on your own for 1, 2, 3 minutes every day, doing this for 5, 6, 7 days or longer. And you'll see a difference and transformation in not only your mental state, your emotional state, but you will definitely see results in your physical state. Enjoy.